Rebecca Fowler. Stories of my great, 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 great Uncle John. Stories of my great, 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 great Uncle John, Rebecca Fowler.
My name is Becky Ray, and today I want to tell you a story, well, a few stories, about my great Uncle Johnny. Now, most kids grow up plopping down, watching TV, but not my kinfolk. We grew up plopped down next to my papaw, telling stories about my great Uncle Johnny. Now, great Uncle Johnny, he was a frontier man. And as most frontier men, he was a farmer. When he was 18 years old, he decided, it's time I go off on my own. So he took his big old sack of belongings, threw off his shoes, and started walking. Threw off his shoes, you say? Well, there is something you gotta know about my great Uncle Johnny. He was what some folk today would call a hippie. Now my papaw called him a redneck out of respect and all, but I gotta argue. He was no redneck, and here's why. That hippie part, he was a bona fide vegetarian. Oh, the black Spain. What respectable redneck doesn't eat meat? He loved animals so much that he once saved a wolf in a trap. A little puppy. Wolf meat's pretty delicious, let me tell you. But that wolf followed him for the rest of his life. Papa said he named him Gilly or something. Now that's not all you need to know about my great Uncle Johnny. He was also an entrepreneur. Now, young, 18, he thought, I gotta do something to make these frontier men forget about their hard lives that they have. So, you guessed it. He started producing alcohol. And not just any alcohol. He invented hard apple cider. And it was a pretty good idea because he made a ton of money. So much money that he started burying half of it under trees, in farmland, in rivers. I read last week, and yes, I am an educated woman, I read last week that some family visiting Massachusetts found a big old wad of it buried in their backyard. They moved to Hollywood, I guess. Something about grandma in a rocking chair. That's ridiculous. If you ask me, we should have got that money. No one asked me anything. And so he had a lot of money. And he had a lot of alcohol, which gave him a lot of friends. He made friends with frontier folk. He made friends with Indians, which, let me tell you, during that time was not too easy. It was a tough time for them folk. And one time he was sitting around with them Indians, and they let out slip something. I'm thinking it was the alcohol or maybe the opium, but we'll never know. But they let out slip that they were going to do a raid. You know what my grandpa did? He ran as fast as he could, 20 miles. Papa said it was uphill in a snowstorm, but I was thinking about that, and Papa also said he did it uphill both ways in a snowstorm to go to school. So take that with a grain of salt. The 20 miles, though, that's pretty spot on. He ran all the way to that village, and he won them. Saved a lot of lives, if you ask me. My great Uncle Johnny. He was a hippie. We'll forgive him for that. He was an entrepreneur. He was also, I like to say, a war hero. A lot of you are going to know him as Johnny Appleseed. But I call him great Uncle Johnny. Thank you.